I shepherd, I shall not want him, make an eye like down in a green pastures, him leadeth I beside still water them, him restored I soul, him leadeth I in a path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea, though I RASTA go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil, for thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Uno prepare a table before I in the presence of our enemy them, uno anointed I head to no aisle, me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I event, me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God Jah. Kadamawe groma bea tela e higzag beer tanaista lena bashante shante 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 shante. Kadamawe groma bea tela e. This is the Black Pot, aka Cuckoo Show them, where we speak truth to power. And remember, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High Jah shall therein abide under the shadow of the Almighty. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks, and I give thanks, and I give thanks. How Mausobo Lisa? I don't know what thought I was sick player for. How Mausobo Lisa? Mausobo Lisa. Oh, Chedi and Ponyaku Poa Sumu Mimrinda. Yada wase. Oh, atanyumo atanyumo. Oh, you all are done. Oh, you all are done. Oh, you all are done. This is the Black Pot, aka Cuckoo Show, where we spit fire in my name. Black Rasta. In every traditional African home, there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous, super palatable, super nutritious cooking, and that is food. But ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas, colors, and even tastes. Put aside, relegating all these differences to the background and relocating to the black pot. So they are subjected to some amount of heating, and they produce this food. Ironically, they do not even partake in the eating of the food. The black pot and the ingredients, it is us the eaters. Yet every time they rise to the occasion to produce food that they do not even partake in eating. What lesson can we learn from this? Very simple. It's a lesson of selflessness. Are we ready to sacrifice for some other people to climb yet another pedestal? Are we ready to sacrifice for our nation? How many people believe that all poor people are lazy? How many people believe that it's just by the dint of hard work that they have achieved everything in life, their wealth and everything? How many people believe that they work so hard for what they have? Therefore, anybody poor does not deserve to be part of it. How many people believe that, look, we have it all, let's eat it all, and forget about tomorrow? After all, the Bible says tomorrow shall take care of itself. This is the black pot. It's a show of selflessness. It's a show of sacrifice. And above all, it's a show of rewiring the mindset of our people, the thinking. We call it the black pot because the black pot is the home of sumptuousness, palatability, oh my God have mercy, and nutritiousness. This is the black pot, aka Kukushonomo. No nation can ever develop without sacrifice. Some people lay down their lives to have us have independence. Some people intentionally put their necks on the chopping board. They were chopped like pieces of turkey so that they would be able to provide independence that they themselves will not live to celebrate. Hallelujah. My brother, my sister, we are living in a nation where patriotism has become a byword. We live in a nation where, my brother, my sister, sacrifice is no more part of us. Today, when you go to the American universities, they still teach them civics. You know what that is? It is supposed to teach you how to become a responsible civilian, a responsible native of a country. Today, when we rob from the government, we believe that it's an entity that is non-existent. We are praised. They clap for us for robbing and stealing from ourselves. What is our idea of the government? The Fanti people will tell you that Abane Juma Ocho Onswa. You know what that means? The work of the government, or in government employment, you do not carry the work like that, the load. You drag it on the floor. You see the mindset? It tells you that the work of the government or government employment, many people will tell you, is not your father's job. So when a man is breaking the rules and destroying the thing, you don't have to come out and say, don't do this. When you go to America, they are extra patriotic. Yes, very patriotic when it comes to some of these things. England is like that. We see Americans who see their national flag flying and they shed tears. Yet with us, our national flag means nothing to us. Our national anthem is yet another melody. Our national pledge is nothing but a border. How can we grow a nation like this? Today, I want us to look at government. What is your idea of government? Is it an entity that you can steal from and your peers will clap for you? Is it an entity that is seen as nothing but corrupt? How can you change that mentality and see the government as representing us? If there's a puncture in the government, there's a puncture in you. How many of us want to think like that? That is why this show is here. It's called The Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonomo. And I want to say thank you so much. We are live on YouTube. And our YouTube channel is called Blakk Empire Media, B-L-A-K-K, Empire Media. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel and hit on the notification button so that each time we are on 5 p.m. sharp Ghana time, you are notified to watch us. We never take you for granted. Your time is most important to us. Come together. Let us reshaping our nation and rewire our own mindsets. And of course, for the whole continent, we are also ready. This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonomo. My name is Blakk Rasta. We are so thankful to our supporters. Thanks so much to Is It. Is It simply means in spirit, in truth. Now, if your regular social media platform is nothing but negative, racist, and nudist, this is the point. Why don't you skip it? Why don't you jump ships and join me on Is It? Is It is the newest social media platform. What can you do with Is It? And this Is It platform or app is modeled by Ghanaians in America. And this is another reason you must be supporting this. Hey, you can go live on Is It, just like your regular social media. Now you can also make video calls and audio calls. You can promote your brand, connect with family and friends in a crystal clear, positive environment. What are you waiting for? Is It has only positive people in there. Anything negative that is about to pop up, they have powerful algorithms that sap up and swallow up all these things before they even rear their ugly heads. What are you waiting for? Please download this for free from Google Play and App Store. I am on Is It. Are you an Is Iter? Thanks so much to Le Shrine. Oh my God, it's the latest executive club right here in Accra. It's located right there inside Laboma Beach Resort. And that is where everybody is going to right now. Adult entertainment at its best. Hey, now Le Shrine is sitting right in front of the Atlantic Ocean and is serenaded beautifully by the warm waters of the ocean and the cool sea breeze. They have a mini hotel and a sexy swimming pool. Now, if you're tired of swimming in the sea, just hop into this beautiful, sexy swimming pool. And then, full joy, as the Rasta man would say, yourself. You see that? What do you want to eat? Is it continental or local? What do you want to drink? Anything you want to drink is found there. What is it that you want to drink? Don't even ask, just order, and it is there. At Le Shrine, we call it Le Shrine because we are built right in the middle of a holy Gamashi forest. And the Ga people come there for rituals every now and then. It's a holy forest. So, you have the opportunity to sit in the middle of this holy forest and hear the music that the leaves Oh my God. Blow around in your ears. Les Shrine. On Monday, they have what is known as the karaoke night alongside the adult night. Please, X-rated business, don't take your children there. On Wednesday, they have the reggae night. Blakk Santino and friends serenading you with quality reggae music. And he's responsible for making Wednesday beach reggae very popular in Ghana. Blakk Santino. Give credit where credit is due. And on Sunday, they have the special ladies night. All the beautiful ladies in Accra are there. Abna Koko is there. Beautiful women all over Ghana come to Les Shrine on Sunday nights and they full joy themselves. Remember, it's adult entertainment. Don't take your children there. At Les Shrine, our motto is, anything you want to see, come here and see it for yourself. Hallelujah. This is the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushunumo. And here we speak truth to power. Hey, today we have a number of issues we want to look at. Number one, watch what it is. It says what? Cecilia Dapaah gets cash back. Cecilia Dapaah gets cash back. And this is Cecilia Dapaah. She's the one there. She was a minister, my brother, my sister, of sanitation and water resources. She resigned all of a sudden because there was an expose that hit the media. What was it all about? Her two house helps had stolen money from her. She got to know about the stolen money later on. It came out that she had millions of American dollars stashed out in her various homes in Accra. And she had 5 million in extra in her two bank accounts. One at Societe Generale Ghana and the other one at the Prudential Bank, wherever it is. The office of the special prosecutor was called into action, and quickly they decided to go into the other homes, and they were shocked how much money they saw in there. At the time that we were running to the IMF, cap in hand, knees aground, and begging so that our nation would not crack. We're told that we're on the brink of collapse. The whole nation was waiting for that strand of life from the IMF and the World Bank. It came to pass. We got that loan. We didn't know many people had 5 million American dollars in extra in their accounts and even in their homes. It took this story to bring it out. And when she wrote to resign, Mr. President quickly wrote back to her a love letter. And in that love letter, he said, "My dear Cecilia Dapaah, I know that you shall be exonerated. I know for sure that you would be okay. I know. After all the investigations, you shall be exonerated because you are a hard-working woman." Many were angry. He had preempted, prejudiced this case already. It was being investigated. Now the office of the special prosecutor flexed its muscles and went straight to the court and said, "Hey, please give us the power to freeze the money in her accounts and what we got from her home and some of her properties." We waited for the court to respond, but today we had a shock of our lives. This is what the court is saying. Watch it. It says, court orders special prosecutor to return Cecilia Dapaah seized money within 7 days. Come here. Watch me. The office of the special prosecutor has been directed by an Accra High Court to return cash amounts seized from the residence of the former Minister of Sanitation, Cecilia Dapaah, within 7 days. According to a City News report, the development comes after the OSP seized the monies found to have been stashed in the home of Cecilia Dapaah, which has been under investigation by the office. Madam Cecilia Dapaah has been in a legal tussle with the OSP after the institution froze her assets, including her bank accounts. She is currently under investigation by the OSP for corruption and corruption-related offenses after 2 of her house helps have been charged for stealing more than 1 million American dollars and close to 400,000 euros in cash and other valuable items from her residence at Abelempi. Meanwhile, the Office of the Attorney General and the police are prosecuting persons alleged to have stolen monies belonging to or owned by the former minister. The OSP filed an application for the court to confirm its freeze order of some of Cecilia Dapaah's assets, including the bank accounts and monies found in her properties. At her properties. Ghana Web, on August 9, 2023, reported that the embattled former Minister of Sanitation and Water Resources assets and bank accounts containing millions of dollars and cedis have been frozen by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Documents cited by the Ghana Web from their sources at the court also confirmed that the Office of the Special Prosecutor had commenced processes to have this administrative freeze confirmed and endorsed by the accounts. The powers of the OSP permit it to administratively freeze the accounts of a person of interest, but beyond that, it will need the confirmation of the court to keep the accounts frozen for a longer period. The embattled former minister has been in the spotlight following an alleged theft that occurred in a Blakk residence in Accra. Dash it away. So my brother, the court is saying, return the money to the woman. Within 7 days, let her have it. The Office of the Special Prosecutor says, please, we need time for investigation. We can't return the money now. Within 7 days, return that. And I wonder, what kind of country are we living in? What kind of a country is this? The money has been taken. Some forensics need to be done. The numbers of the cash can even direct you to the source of the money. True? Fingerprints on the money can direct you to some very valuable information. This is evidence. The court says, return the evidence and everything to Cecilia Dapaah within 7 days. This is a president who says that he's ready to fight corruption and that he will put his presidency on the line to see corruption totally eradicated in this country. Today, this is what the court is saying. Cecilia Dapaah, this money that she's supposed to be keeping in her home and also in the bank, where did she get the money from? Who gave her the money? How did she get it? Does it smack of money laundering? Is it drug money? Is it stolen money? What kind of money is it? Now, the Office of the Special Prosecutor that is mandated to fight corruption has been dealt yet another blow. This money is going to be returned to Cecilia Dapaah. How do we get justice? And it is shocking. I'm going to tell you this. Come here. Come here. The lawyers of Cecilia Dapaah gave 2 reasons. First reason, in fact, the special prosecutor is in there because of media frenzy. What does it mean to say media frenzy? Oh, media is making noise. Hey, 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 hey. The money, yes, the money. Oh, hey, hey. Yes, no, it's our money. Oh. That is why the special prosecutor is there. And number 2, it is because of a suspicion. That is not proven. Can you see the insult in this? It means if the media hadn't come to make noise, this would have just passed. It's nothing to really talk about. It's because the media is making so much noise. That is why the nation is trying to show interest. After all, this is not an issue at all. What else can you say? If the president himself said, you shall be exonerated, this is nothing. Number 2, it's a mere suspicion. But it's from a suspicion that we are able to dive deep into issues and investigate issues, isn't it? My brother, this is where we are as a nation. These are some of the things that will make a country like Niger blow up. Some of the things that will make a country like Burkina Faso, Mali, and all those other countries that presently are going through turmoil. When you insult the masses, you drive the whole country to the gates of the IMF. After taking e-levy, that is not able to satisfy your insatiable ambition. Today, we are told that all the money should be returned to Abena Dapaah. Whatever evidence has been picked should be returned to her so that we can go to court again and fight in court for the next 50 years. After all, in Ghana, issues are not treated with the agency that they deserve. It is what it is. My name, Blakk Rasta, is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushunomo, where we speak truth to power. What do you think? Send your comments coming in. We shall read them. And this is the Ghana that we have inherited. This is the Ghana that we have decided to give to a Lilliput. Come here! Next. Watch me. I'm so disappointed at these leaders. Number one, hooked finally. Who is number one? Nana Pierre Mensah. I know this man quite well. I worked under him when I worked with xylophone. At a point, this was the man making Ghana tick and talk. So many actors and actresses, creative people, found a certain kind of Edenic life in this man. He bought so many people, so many different things, from cars to houses. He even sponsored some people's weddings. Whilst we were there, we saw government officials come in there and drink coffee with him. And when they were going back, they all had something. Nobody ever visited Nam1 and went for free. Even me. Sometimes when I was leaving the office, so, oh, he used to call me Rabbi. Rabbi, are you now leaving? But why have you kept so long? Because I love to really be in the office and do my research and all that. So, oh, yes, I was doing some small research. Hey, okay, so you are going? I say, yeah, okay. Please come and take something. Oh, he would say, no, nobody ever encounters me and goes without cash. He had money in the boot of his car. Sometimes driving on the streets of Accra, he would splash money. He wanted to change Ghana with a Midas touch. Maybe he ran too fast. Maybe he had so much youthful exuberance. This man here is just about 37. He came with a Menzgold. I was told that it was originally supposed to be called Men's Bank. But they told him, you don't have the power to establish a bank with this status. So he changed it to Menzgold. It became the hottest melting point in Ghana. The banks were all collapsing one after the other, dying premature deaths and visiting early graves. With the onset of Menzgold, everybody was going there for higher commissions and so on and so forth. What was Menzgold all about? According to him, he was selling or giving out some gold coins. They have a technical name for whatever. You take it, and if you give it back to me, I will market it for you, and then you come for value added after a month. Do you get it? Gold coins. You come and take gold souvenirs. You come and take that, and you give it back to me if you want. I will market it for you, and then you come for value added after 1 month. People were rushing there. The banks were crashing, gnashing their teeth. Some were sorrowing. Others were shedding tears. Oh, some even wet their pants as if they had a weak bladder. My God. Nam1 was flying very high. Nobody ever complained. Everybody got their money. Then all of a sudden, we started getting warnings. Don't take your money there. He doesn't have the license to do that. Hey, stop him. It's a Ponzi scheme. He's robbing the people. And then there was what was known as panic withdrawals. Come here, my youth. Panic withdrawal. Hit him. Bam. Everybody wanted their money. I had been there for just 2.5 months working with xylophone. Then the announcement came that Nam1 may not be able to pay us our salary that month. I was shocked because before I joined, we were told that he was so rich, he had a big house full of cash in dollars and all the big currencies of the world. I was shocked to hear that Nam1 was not going to be able to pay me my salary for the month. But we are people who have faith. We stood by him. Then later we realized that he flew to Dubai. Oh, one thing led to the other. He was arrested. And it took us several months to see Nam1 again. For 17 months, we were not paid any salary. But we stayed. Like soldiers on the battle, what do? You pray for manna to come from the sky if nobody will serve you food. And if you go and you are blocked by a river, You pray and chant and bring down the Moses power to divide that river into two and cross. That was what we did till Nam1 came back. My brother, my sister, a young man, he had his business collapsed by idiots. It hurts me. Nam1 had a thriving business. Before the NDC left office, officials came to him and told him, listen, this business you are doing is not regulated. In other words, it doesn't have a grounding in law. Let us sit down and see how we'll be able to regulate what you are doing. And he said, oh, good. In fact, these words are not coming from me. Find out, my brother, from the Minerals Commission and so on and so forth. What happened? Whilst they were discussing how they could regulate the business, in fact, NDC was kicked out of power. And the NPP, led by Nana Akufo-Addo, came into power. They did not have the courtesy to sit with Nam1 and say, okay, let's deal with these issues. No. They started asking people to go for their money. Threat upon threat. Then boom, they collapsed. Nam1's business. Nam1 came back flat on the ground with nothing. We all were shocked. Then he was arrested. Then they went ahead to collapse other banks. They thought that Nam1's business was what was responsible for the collapse of the banks. So when they collapsed Menzgold and realized that the banks were still down, they closed some of the banks as well. These people, what they do is called ad hoc, or better still, knee-jerk. Today, Nam1 says that he doesn't own anything in Ghana, not even a car. Nam1 tried to come back so desperately with another outfit called the Payboy. It was laughable. Ghanaians didn't like the idea. But today, I saw in the news, and it broke my heart. Come here, my youth. Watch it. It says all the charges Nam1 has been slapped with and monies he's accused of stealing. Run it. Take me all the way to the next page. Look at it. Number one, Nam1 and Brew Marketing Consort Limited were charged with the crime of selling gold to the public without license, contrary to section 99, blah, 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 boom, 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 of the Minerals. This was what the other government was trying to deal with. But these people came in and said, no, close it. Number two, Nam1 and Menzgold were accused of operating a deposit-taking business without a license, contrary to sections, blah, 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 blah. This was the same thing the other government was trying to deal with. In our country, we don't know how to build great men. We rather collapse great people. This was a thriving business that could have been handled and regulated, but because of political jingoisms and gymnastics, they slaughtered this man's business and finished it up. Many people died. A lot of people had their money with Menzgold. Everything collapsed, even me. 17 months of no pay. I was taking 10,000 Ghana cedis a month. 10,000 times 17 is how much? 170,000. My brother, I could have built a beautiful house in my village and wake up early in the morning to the cock crow and all the best all over the place. But that money, Ashi. Nam1 made a lot of mistakes. But they were not mistakes that should send him to the gallows. They were not mistakes that deserved him putting his neck on the chopping board. They were mistakes that could have been solved by sensible people. But because of dirty politics, they made the man look like a villain. And desperately, things are happening. But I have a question I want to ask. Bring me Nam1 here. You remember he went to Dubai. You remember he was in court. Remember he won some 56 million American dollars in court, right? Do you all remember that? What happened to that money? That money was enough to pay all Menzgold customers and even leave some change. I still want to know what happened to that. What happened to Nam1's private jet What happened to all the outfits and properties that he had? Can somebody tell us something? The radio station has been sold. What happened to his private jets? His numerous mansions? What happened to the 56 million American dollars he won in court in Dubai? Can somebody tell us something? At the time, the Deputy Attorney General in Mohammed's regime had told us that he personally went to Dubai, sat in the court, and it was so genuine that Nam1 had the case. So when Nam1 won, I personally interviewed him on my radio show. Former Deputy Attorney General, what is up? And he said it. I told you that Nam1 was innocent. Now we need to bring the money and pay the customers. We all jubilated. Where is that money? Scanway. Why is nobody talking about that money? If it was 419 to tell us, Senegal 419. Where is the private jet Nam1 was flying? Did they sell it? Did some big men pocket the money? And the most obnoxious thing, the most noxious thing was that they seized the cars of everybody that Nam1 bought a car for. And still had Menzgold or xylophone or his name on that. They went and packed that at the national security or something, and it got rotten. We all remember how the city journalist, Caleb Kuda, went there and tried to videotape it. They beat him up like a common criminal. It is sad, my brother. Today they say they have arrested Nam1. They have slapped him with 39 charges. This is not the first time Nam1 is going to church. Every court, every time, they cannot find what to slap him with. Blah, 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 blah. I pray that the Almighty Father himself will come and look into the hearts of men so that justice will be delivered properly. This thing that I've said, tell me Nam1's crime. He had his business running good. Government came to tell him that, oh, there are some issues here. Okay, let's sit down and solve them. Whilst they were solving the issues, they were out of power. And what happened next? Boom! Another government came in and started asking for panic withdrawals. And to make it worse, come here. Come here, my lord. Come here. To make it worse, this finance minister, old men and women, retirees, who put their money in the bank and wanted their money back, couldn't even get that. Panic withdrawals. The nation had collapsed. Again, people who had bought government bonds, those of you who study some business in school, you are told that the surest investment is government bonds. Government never ever fails. But people who put their money in government bonds now wanted their money back, even without the interest. They couldn't get it under Nana Akufo-Addo, the same man who collapsed Nam1's business. What is the difference between Ken Akufo-Addo's finance minister and Nam1's Menzgold? To God be the glory. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kokoshonomo, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. But I have a quote for you. And that quote, I need you to open your ears, open up your senses, and check it out. And this one goes to Nam1. I need you to open your ears and watch this carefully. There were some things you didn't do right. But again, this is not enough to take you to the gallows. It's not enough to put your neck on the chopping board. The nation failed the people. Watch this quote.
This one goes on too. Wednesday, 13th September, 7 p.m. sharp, inside La Boma Beach at Le Shrine. All tongues shall confess that a volcano trumpet, Coup from St. Vincent through Jamaica, America to Ghana, Africa, is here to stay. Also appearing is Ghana's dancehall US sensation from the backbone of reggae veteran, Daddy Bosco, Akla. Date is Wednesday, 13th September 2023, 7 p.m. sharp. The action shall be disastrous. The fire will be blazing hotter than hell. Come and see Q Shandea and Akle at Le Shrine. Do live band non-stop. Other artists shall also pass through to balance the equation. Come and see conscious reggae and dancehall at the top. More fire. For enquiries, call the Shrine on 0203 500 050 or 0204 500 050. See ya!
This one goes out too.
Wednesday, 13th September, 7 p.m. sharp, inside La Boma Beach at Le Shrine. All tongues shall confess that a volcano trumpet, Coup from St. Vincent through Jamaica, America to Ghana, Africa, is here to stay. Also appearing is Ghana's dancehall US sensation from the backbone of reggae veteran, Daddy Bosco, Akla. Date is Wednesday, 13th September 2023, 7 p.m. sharp. The action shall be disastrous. The fire will be blazing hotter than hell. Come and see Q Shandea and Akle at Le Shrine. Do live band non-stop. Other artists shall also pass through to balance the equation. Come and see conscious reggae and dancehall at the top. More fire. For enquiries, call the Shrine on 0203 500 050 or 0204 500 050. See ya!
Blackpot, Coco Show.
This is the Blakk Pot, aka Coco Show. Here we speak truth to power. My name Blakk RASTA. Yes. Next story. Watch it. And the next story says what? It says Senegal coup imminent. Senegal coup imminent. And this is from who? The Ghana Armed Forces Dean. I never knew that there was a dean for the Ghana Armed Forces. This man here is called Entry Danso. He's a professor, Dr. Vladimir Entry Danso. He studied in Russia. He speaks Russian like water. He's been talking. What is he saying? Senegal is a new candidate. If Macky Sall doesn't stop what is happening. And this is Dr. Vladimir Entry Danso warning. The Dean of the Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College, Dr. Vladimir Entry Danso, has predicted that Senegal would be the next country in the sub-region to experience a coup if care is not taken. Referring to the differences between the military coups that were pervasive in the early years of independence of most African countries and the ones that have recently threatened the West African region in the last 3 years, he threw caution to Senegal to be careful. More specifically, the security expert called for the president of the West African country to work at curtailing the rising levels of insecurity, heightened by the continuous demonstrations and other security issues. Speaking with Ghana Web in a yet-to-be-aired episode of The Lowdown on Ghana Web TV, Dr. Vladimir Entry Danso, who now considers himself a prophet on security matters, said he is sure of this because he did same about the coup in Niger. A state like Mali was going to have a civil war and there was going to be an implosion. The country was going to be divided. The Tuaregs wanted the northern part of Mali against the south, and that kind of thing, In such a situation, there would have been no Mali today if the military hadn't struck. And they struck as a unit, as an arm of government, or let me call it an institution, which was built to save the state in times of crisis And they did. So was Guinea. So was Burkina Faso. At that point, many of your colleagues who interviewed me, I predicted that Niger was a candidate for such a systematic coup. And I think I'm a prophet. It has happened. Let me tell you, Senegal is a new candidate if Macky Sall doesn't stop what is happening. And if ECOWAS doesn't take steps to talk to Macky Sall. He cautioned. Gabon is the latest country to follow in the African countries in which military coups have taken place in the last 3 years. The president of Gabon, Ali Bongo, was ousted by his cousin, Oligui Nguema, who served as aide-de-camp to the late president of the country, Omar Bongo. Keep it there. Can you see it? It's a family issue. So the same family is still ruling. Can you see that? It's the same family. We said about 54 years of a dynasty, but the same family is involved. The president of Gabon, Ali Bongo, was ousted by his own cousin, Oligui Nguema, who served as aide-de-camp to the late president of the country, Omar Bongo. Can you see it? Run it. Watch me. So as it is right now, it's a family issue. And this man is saying that Senegal is the next country to go. Who is the president of Senegal? Macky Sall. That's him. This man has tasted a lot of demonstrations in the country. People are so unhappy. It looks like his policies are not working. Everybody is crying. People are clamped down in the country, left, right, and center. Such a beautiful country, Senegal. Do we all remember Abdou Diouf, the tallest president at the time? Do we all remember how reggae artists like Tiken Jah Fakoly decided to talk against a certain dynasty that they were trying to create in Senegal, and he was banned from going into that country? My brother, that was what brought about Macky Sall. Abdou Diouf wanted his own son to take over, just like it happened in Gabon. Because reggae artists and well-meaning Africans spoke against it, Abdou Diouf stepped back and then allowed for proper democracy. That was what brought this man in. Now that he's president, my brother, my sister, the country is on the brink of collapse. Remember we talked about Macky Sall some time ago? What is he going to be able to do to stop this? But interestingly, come here, let me tell you something. I spoke with a friend in Senegal before I came to the studio. Do you think there will be a coup d'etat in Senegal? He said never. Because this man is paying the army as if he was throwing pekple at home. The army that was paid in the previous regime, let's say 2 units, now he's giving them 20 units. He's raised their salaries. And he's giving them proper living conditions and work conditions. But, my brother, it's not every rabbit that will look at the carrot every time. Some rabbits look at the trap in front of the carrot. It's not all about taking care of soldiers. If the soldiers are wise, they will ask themselves, how about the teachers who taught us to become soldiers? What is their living condition? How about our colleagues, the police? How about the engineers? How about our fathers and mothers who are farmers? My brother, if a man comes into your house for fear that you are so strong you could slap him, he starts giving you money and turns around maltreating your own family members. You will be a stupid man to say that once you are okay, then that's it. I'm speaking tongue in cheek. So this is Macky Sall. To God be the glory. We don't want coups. I hate coups. You hate coups. But if it will help us break away from colonialism, French colonialism, then we endorse it. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we shall read your messages. My name is Blakk Rasta. Hey, Goyo!
Are you in Accra? Are you looking for an experience that will live with you forever? Come with me to Le Shrine, where you see anything you want to see. What do you want to eat, continental or local? Le Shrine has a mini hotel fitted with a swimming pool that is so sexy and will leave you with a sweet experience. Le Shrine has a nightclub, top of the class for VVIP and more. On Mondays, we have karaoke and adult parties. Wednesdays, reggae night. Sundays, special ladies night. We also have live reggae concerts at Le Shrine. Anything you want to see, be here to see it yourself. We are located at La Boma Beach, where the Atlantic Ocean's water serenade Le Shrine. Call us on 0203 5050 or 0204 5050 or 0205 5050 0206 5050. Visit our website at Le Shrine and see more. Le Shrine, anything you want to see, be here to see it yourself.
Go on, Skipper George.
Blakk Pot, Coup show, man.
This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo. And remember, Le Shrine is giving you the best of entertainment, reggae music and dancehall right there on the 13th of September. Yes, next month. Are you coming? Coup is playing alongside Akle. You must be there to check it out, right? This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo. And here we speak truth to power. Now let us look at your comments coming in. Keep them coming in and remember to share the broadcast. Sweet Papito says, it's another beautiful day. You may have to, yes. It's another beautiful day in the Blakk Pot class. Run a top general. Enough respect. Blessed love, Sweet Papito. And Kambadi Samsudin says, I refuse to lose this wonderful program. Blakk Rasta Africa is proud of you, sir. God bless you. Beta Bless GH says, welcome, General. We are waiting patiently. Thanks so much. We appreciate you. Joseph Winfred says, Blakk Rasta doing service to God and country. More fire. Paul says, is the Navrongo man, Ayeku Kem. John Paul. Fan Cash says, more fire and wisdom. Blakk Rasta, best program by all standards. Isaac Banasco says, intelligence, educative, and patriotism. Well, yes, intelligence, educative, and patriotic, right? Respect, blessed. Henyo Raphael says, Raphael and Tina Ray are watching you live from London. Blakk Rasta, may God continue to give you wisdom to educate us. God bless you. Oh, Henyo Raphael, so you are with Tina Ray. Love and respect to you, blessed love. And Lab Bisa says, prosperity, okay, posterity would judge them harshly. That's true. Fenway Inks, what a country. I weep for this great nation. J. Coleman says, Sir John can keep his loot forever. Cecilia can keep her loot forever, says Ghana Court. J. Coolman says, respect Rasta. Kambadi Samsidin says, the attitude of African leaders is a result of unpatriotic behavior with the continent. They failed, yes, to be patriotic. But we, the youth, will bring patriotism to Ghana through you, Blakk Rasta. Listening, blessed love, respect. And we have Jibrin Musa. And he says, Blakk, I love your intro. Keep the fire burning. Love and respect. Anyagbede Sairam, a.k.a. Jigida Creation. Oh my God, the best beast in the world. The best beast maker is Anyagbede Sairam. She's here and she says, hey, Ghana and money gymnastics. That's what it is. Thank you so much. This is the first time we are reading from Anyagbede Sairam. Kambadi Samsidin comes back and he says, I'm not surprised because our president planted all those judges there. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana Pani, I'm sure his ghost will come and carry Nana-Addo away. Is that what he said? Oh, his ghost would cry for Ghana. Okay, I think that's what he wanted to say. Amoli for Richard says, what a corrupt country. Bitter Bless GH says, how can Dapaah's money be returned? What kind country crab is this? Why won't you let the prosecutors do their work? This money is not for the woman alone, but for the whole country. Well, Kambadi Samsidin says, still, Ghanaian leaders are not learning, and I am afraid that the recent coups, but they will surely pay for it. Olivius Nwenzi says, I understand why Rawlings did what he did in 1979. It's so irritating. Gladys Clark says, oh, Ghana, please allow the OSP to do his work. And then we have Kambadi Samsidin saying, in fact, if I was the OSP, I will resign from the court straight away. Yakubu Usman says, I told you Ghana needs to be restarted and rejected so we can reject all corrupt virus in this system before we can breathe. Oh gosh, maybe we need an antivirus. And the antivirus is you. It's me. Flacco Harlem TV, Yayi Black Rasta, salute. Soleji Mawena is in Togo. Very powerful contributor. And says, good evening, Black Rasta. The African youth celebrate you. And the leaders are crying because they are all shivering. And that the coups are all celebrated. That's what he says. Timothy Zuri says, Black Rasta, can you imagine the kind of leaders we have in this country? Kambadi Samsidin says, that's why I feel so sad for the NPP party. The foundation of the NPP is the downfall of Ghana. So I'm not surprised with Nam1 story. Stanley Opari says, even on my sick bed, I cannot miss this program. What a show. Benjamin Achu says, well, Stanley Opari, wish you a speedy recovery, get well, and continue to be on the show. Benjamin Achu says, I've never ever been convinced that Akufo-Addo and his people, his crew, have anything to offer Ghanaians due to his background, the family of criminals. Wow. Bitter Bless GH says, Nam1 did a genuine business, but yet they seized all his properties and sent him out. They even took his jet. And he says, and why are these people going, not going to get Cecilia Dapaah's money? No, why are they going to get Cecilia Dapaah's money back? Where did she get all that from? A lot of questions to the government. Sharif Ibrahim says, you are a true Benjamin. Timothy Zuri says, Black Rasta, this morning I was playing your recording, in fact, and the whole place was on fire, watching you live from Wa. Blessed love and respect. Keep playing the intros and keep playing the whole show. Ostapen Dragon says, hey, come here. Blessed love, Black Rasta, speak truth to power. I think we only have one option left to try, and that's ODK. He is very honest and patriotic. When I listen to him watching you live from Israel. Blessed love. Keep your messages coming in. We'll take a second batch and that will be all. Next story. Watch me. Big cash found with Ali Bongo's appointees. Big cash. Did you see the big cash? Did you see the big cash found with Ali Bongo's appointees? This is Ali Bongo. He appointed a lot of criminals into his government. This country is about 2.5 million people. Gabon, they have oil like no other. And they are surrounded by beautiful evergreen forests. But this man, a former funk musician, my brother, my sister, blew the money around his family and his clique. Shall we look at it? Huge cash stash allegedly found at home of Gabon politician. It's all over the social media space that some money has been found with some appointees of this man. Remember, it is his own cousin who took him out. This is not the first time we are hearing that a cousin has taken somebody out. Even in Equatorial Guinea, it's the same story. The same story. And many other such countries in Africa. In Uganda, a cousin also tried to remove Idi Amin. We can tell you more. Hours after the August 30, 2023 coup was announced in Gabon, 2 videos went viral, not only in the country but across the world. The 2 trended for different reasons. Controversial cash stash video. The more controversial video was of a massive cash discovery allegedly in the home of a detained politician. Different accounts have tagged the loot to one of 7 politicians detained by the junta on charges of treason, money laundering, corruption, amongst other charges. Others have even alluded to the monies having been found at the home of President Ali Bongo himself, which according to experts is far-fetched. Ghana Web is unable to independently authenticate the ownership of the funds, especially as neither the junta nor the media have reported on it. And it contained so much money. Do we have photographs of that? So much cash making the rounds on social media. All over. So much money. That will make Cecilia Dapaah's money a joke. Cecilia Dapaah had in excess of 5 million American dollars in her 2 bank accounts. Many more millions in her house, as reported in the media. My brother, why is it that when it comes to politicians, it's all about looting? The African politician knows nothing else but kleptocracy, stealing, a government of thieves. When they are in power, they think that is because they are the almighty, that's why they are there. They are so stupid, you know. They are not even thinking about the welfare of the people. They don't even look at where they are coming from. To God be the glory. Dash it away. Dash it away. Dash it away. Let's look at the last one and we are done, right? We're going to look at the last story. I'm taking you to Cameroon. You know, we've been talking about a certain guy called Paul Biya, right? He's heard about coup d'etats happening. This man is so sick, he can't even come out of his room. So old and sick. He's approaching 90 years. Sometimes they have to hold him before he walks. And he's suffering from dementia. He doesn't even know who is who. And people have kept him there so they can rule through him. The people are now taking a decision. His generals are those stealing the money from the nation. And they are only sitting him there to represent something. This man has become a vegetable. Earlier, we heard that he was about to resign. This is the first country the coup should have happened here. This guy is a dirty criminal. He's a candidate, not for prison, but candidate for hell. This guy. Because of this idiot standing here. Francophone and Anglophone right there in Cameroon at each other's necks. Killing. The Anglophone is the minority being killed. They want to break away. They are called the Amazonia. This guy, he says his skin is too fresh to sit in Africa. So he's based in Switzerland in a 7-star hotel where he's ruling the country from. He's the only president the world has ever seen who is not resident in the country that he's ruling. This guy, Paul Biya. He's married to a very young girl, about 45 years younger than him. And when he's walking, people are holding him. And that woman was a model. I don't know what it is with old men who normally go for younger women. And they can't even perform. And most of them die on the bed whilst trying to perform. Because they take a lot of tablets and things. I don't even want to mention their names here. Look at what he has done. You see it? Can you see it? Cameroon's president, Paul Biya, makes major changes in the military. Hours after Gabon coup. It is not the man making it. He can't even think. He's suffering from dementia. Did you see the last video that came out about him? Now he can't even address people. He sits in the room and talks, and they record and they come and play. And he's still president. It's the junta, the people around him, who are benefiting from his dementia, who are still keeping him there. Hours after a military takeover in Gabon, Cameroon's president, Paul Biya, has made some major changes in the military. It is unclear what may have triggered the decision of one of Africa's oldest presidents, who is 90 years. I said he's almost 90. Last year he was 80. Now he has already hit 90 and he's still president. Nanado is also coming there. It's sad. 90 years to make the significant changes in the Ministry of Defense. Via a presidential decree dated August 30 and signed by the president himself, a raft of appointments were made into the internal and external services of the ministry. Did you hear that? He couldn't even come to announce it. They had to bring a paper for him to sign. Oh, Jesus. The man is a vegetable. Cameroon, this is where the coup should happen. Remove this dirty man from there. The other French-speaking countries should come together and go there and remove him and send him to hell where he belongs. He's caused too much damage in that country. Those of you who have not heard my music about this dirty man, bastard boy Biya. Paul Biya, Mr. Biya. Paul Biya is a bastard boy, dirty Biya. You vampire. Paul Biya is a bastard boy. Check it out on YouTube. Bastard boy Biya. YouTube didn't even want to take it, but we found a way of putting it in there. Check it out. Dash it. So Paul Biya is here. Many Africans are dying in that country. He is so old and sick, he's suffering from dementia. The last time he came public to address some people, he was asking, why are these people here? Why are these people saying, please, Your Excellency, there are big people, diplomats and blah, blah. Oh, diplomats for what? What are they here for? But you called for the meeting. Why are we embarrassing ourselves like this? Anyway, my name is Blakk RASTA, and I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you and I love you. Let's see your comments before we go. Thank you. And remember to share the broadcast. Sole Jimawena from Togo says, I think next coup could be in Cameroon or Togo or Senegal. They are all candidates, but Cameroon first. Cameroon. The day the coup would happen in Cameroon, hey, I would walk half naked. Half naked. I will go to work without a shirt so that you will see my 6 packs. half naked. Max Pro says, you think say you dey wise. Come here! Blakk, when is the song Dawa? Okay, I know what he wants to say. Bawa, is Bawa B coming out? I like it so much. He's talking about our signature song. It will certainly come out, if not the end of this year, early next year. Bukari Yabonta says, I remember you said you took your children to the airport restaurant to eat. Are they not vegetarians like you? Ha! Big question. Some of my children are vegetarians. The others hide and eat chicken when I'm away. And I sat back and realized that you are giving them the best option, but some of them think that you are being autocratic. Me, myself, I wasn't vegetarian from the start. My father was never vegetarian. Mother never vegetarian. None of my family members was ever vegetarian. So I said, okay, I'll guide you to the right path. When I'm away and you hide and eat your chicken, remember that your father showed you the right things to eat. When you grow up and you have your own convictions, follow that trend. Train up a child the way he should go. It is a force a child the way he should go. Train. I like that question. All right. So that's the answer. Some of them, they sneak when I go out and they go out and eat chicken. Because I went to their school to ask. I asked you to give them vegetarian food. Oh, this one. Sometimes when the children are eating the chicken, he also goes to eat the chicken. I say, banku and chicken. Yo. Joseph Mensa says, Blakk, just imagine. Oh, but the airport there, when I took them to the airport, it was vegetarian food we ate, though. Vegetarian. Joseph Mensa, sometimes I just allow them to eat whatever they want to eat to a certain point. No pork, no those kind of things. Joseph Mensa says, Blakk, just imagine USA, EU, BRICS, excluding South Africa and the United States of America. Which of these four would be superior? Which of these four? Just imagine USA, EU, BRICS. Oh, BRICS will be the biggest. Of course, Africa is the world, right? Oxygen says, how can you miss this show? Come here! Like that, Oxygen. Chances Mendo says, Mr. Dean, the Woofiasem. Why? Okay, so he's talking about entry down, so I'm asking him to the Woofiasem. My name is Blakk RASTA. I appreciate you. Ghana shall be better. Let's keep praying for our country and let's keep doing the right thing. Let's keep seeing the government as us and let's keep working very hard. Thanks so much and love and respect to my professor, Professor Albion Menz at the University of Central Missouri. I love you. I appreciate you. And to everybody, we never take you for granted. It's been the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Hey! Wayo!